Hello everyone. So, I'm a bit late to the game with this one, I'll admit. But I'm sure you've all seen the footage of this this particular female passenger on a flight in America. Basically just losing her mind, screaming about some other passengers she sat next to not being real, and then storming off the plane in a distraught manner, just absolutely rattled by whatever she's just witnessed or experienced. And it's just blown up everywhere. It's all over social media. Everyone on TikTok has become a detective now, and they're all theorizing about just what it is that she saw, whether it's reptilian shapeshifters that she witnessed, or whether it's just simply a prank that some guy sat next to rattled her because she was either drunk or on some kind of drugs or something like an Ambien maybe, and back and forth. It seems to have split people down the middle. It seems either they're on the camp of this lady's crazy, or she encountered something sinister and true, you know. And I've been, for the past day, I've just been having a cursory look over whatever I can find on this topic, just to try and catch up. I missed this, you know. I'm not clued into social media. I don't follow things like that, so I missed moments like this. I need people like you to tell me. So if you want to join my Telegram group so you can keep me up to date with all these type of things, that would be wonderful. Links down below. But I missed this one, and it's still gotten big, you know. And there's rumours going around that this lady's gone missing. She can't be found anywhere, you know, and it just adds more intrigue to the whole situation. It makes it more mysterious and creepy. Now, I don't know what to make of this. I really don't. Okay, I am incredibly weary when the media chooses to mention something, anything at all. My car's making a funny noise. But if the media chooses to say something about a specific situation, you should really keep your eyes open, because it's almost, they don't put anything on there by accident. Okay. Even if something does go viral, that doesn't mean the news has to talk about it. It really doesn't. And that's not always been the case in the past. I think... Sorry, I'm stuck in some weird traffic scenario here. But yeah, I think if the media picks up on it, be careful. So, it could be anything, okay? So this woman may have actually genuinely had a distressing experience. I'm not denying that. Okay, she may have actually had a serious issue. She may have actually witnessed something that was just horrifying, beyond human comprehension. Watching the video, she doesn't seem to be acting. She does genuinely look like a woman in fear, who has just seen something that she cannot explain, and people around her are obviously acting like she's crazy, and that is enough to rattle anybody. Okay, when people start gaslighting you, say no, you're wrong, there's nothing there, it's fine, you know, he's not a shapeshifter, he didn't just do that thing you swear you saw that actually happened, no, you're crazy. That sends people even crazier. Okay, and as a conspiracy theorist, you know, as somebody who has experienced these things firsthand, let's say, you know, being called crazy by your friends and family and parents for believing in certain things, I have empathy with this woman on that level. I really do, because you know, I know what it's like to be accused of being crazy because you point something out that you know is true, but other people just can't see it. So she has that energy about her, like she's breaking down because nobody's taking her seriously. You know, it reminds me of that, speaking of planes, there's a Twilight episode where a gremlin is on the wing of a plane and the passenger keeps pointing it out and no one believes him, you know. And I think The Simpsons did a parody on that as well. And it's just kind of reminiscent of that situation. A person's freaking out on the plane. It's like, why doesn't anybody see the demon in the plane? And everyone's like, what are you talking about, you know? And it's just so bizarre, this whole scenario, because not once has anybody really bothered to look at the guy she's complaining about on camera. We never get to see this person. People have described him as just wearing a hoodie or something. We've had people coming out claiming to be either the passenger or witnesses of the passenger, okay? And there's been multiple people claiming to be the passenger she was freaking out about. I saw one video of a guy who was claiming that he was a Freemason, and she was freaking out about him being a Freemason, basically, because she basically said, why do you want to be a Freemason? Don't you know that all they want to do is control the world, and, you know, they worship Satan and all this sort of stuff? And he, in a joking manner, basically went, why would we be interested in ruling the world when we already ruled the universe, you know? And basically freaked her out. And then just kept winding her up, saying things about Freemasonry, you know? And that's what wound her up and made her go crazy. But this probably isn't the guy. This is just some guy making a joke about the whole Illuminati rule the world reptilian conspiracy idea. Basically, he's on the side of mocking people who believe what this woman claims that she saw. And then there's people on the other side who are backing up what this woman saw. I saw a video of a guy saying, you know, he was a few rows back. He basically saw this woman getting all wound up talking to this guy. And as she talked, it's as though he would respond, but there'd be no noise. And she was getting more wound up, and then she freaked out and tried to leave. And that's when everything happened. That's when he started to pay attention. He claimed this passenger, this man, turned around, looked at him and winked. But it wasn't a wink, it was his eyelids going that way rather than that way. You know, they were like a reptilian. So that's going around. And it's just bizarre that this hype is being made, because I don't think she actually said reptilian. I think she just basically said that guy is not real. Whatever that means, you know. So she must have seen something to think that, to feel like he's not a real person. And maybe this dives into the whole, on some level, maybe it's like a whole NPC situation that goes around within the conspiracy world. And I think I might make a video about this topic particularly, because I think it's dangerous thinking. But there's this attitude that some people literally aren't real people with souls. They're actually just like programs, you know, within the system that look like people just to fill the place out, but they don't actually have any soul, shall we say, free thoughts or anything like that. They are essentially just vessels, perhaps for demons to embody. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of theories, conspiracy theory ideas, have melded into this event of this woman freaking out on the plane. And this comes off the back of, I think, more people have been trying to open the door on a plane recently. I think a British man freaked out around the same time in Croatia, I think, and basically jumped up out of his seat and started screaming, we need to open the door, open the door, open the door. And while bolting for the door, people basically rugby tackled the guy to the ground and pinned him down to stop him from achieving his goal of opening the door mid-flight, you know. And then this thing happens, this other woman starts to freak out on a plane in America because she's witnessed something that has just utterly rattled them, you know, to the point where they have to get off this plane right now. And I've seen people, you know, basically saying this is all just a psyop, this is all just a controlled event to freak people out and to discredit people who believe in conspiracy theories, basically. Like this woman is claiming that she's seen a shapeshifter, non-real, non-human entity that is put everyone in danger on the plane, you know. And people have called her the typical white woman slur of Karen, you know. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I've used that phrase myself, because you all know when you meet a Karen. I think now that's literally just becomes synonymous with white woman. You know, it's just a Karen now. I think that's how people like to use that phrase, or just any female who's white who gets upset about anything is now a Karen, you know. So I don't know. It seems like a very divisive topic, this, and because the mainstream media has picked on it and it is becoming such a divisive issue, that's where I'm thinking there might be some foul play here. Maybe this woman genuinely did freak out, okay, but maybe it was orchestrated for her to freak out. Maybe she was targeted in some kind of gang stalking situation, and they knew that this woman will make a scene on the plane, so we're going to do something to purposely rattle her so we can get it on camera, and you know, and then we'll roll with it. Maybe it's literally that kind of orchestration at play. So there's plausible deniability all around. or maybe she's an actor who is pretending to freak out. There's one scene where she does the as above, so below with her fingers pointed like this. You know, and it's people have pointed that out. That's the Baphomet symbol. So that's her quick nod and symbol to say, yep, I'm an actor. I'm on your side. I'm working for the Illuminati controllers here. You know, this is me quickly throwing up the sign so you can see that that's who I am. To those who know, so they don't get fooled themselves, they'll go, oh, that's one of ours. That's one of ours. Yeah, okay, right. So I know that's a part of our control. Okay, fair enough. You know, there's arguments that that's what was going on there. Another bizarre nod to this all being controlled is that for some reason Carrot Top speaks up and starts saying, yeah, I was there, I saw the whole thing, yeah, you know, and it's just so bizarre that this one particular obscure comedian called Carrot Top was there to mention it. And this could be a very loose connection here, but Carrot Top, obviously orange top, you know, the colour orange, top being a ginger person. You know, and this isn't anything against gingers, but the colour orange is a coded symbol used by them because it represents numerically the number 33, which is the highest number in their fraternal order. So that it could that they just passingly mentioned that Carrot Top was there just to tie in that link that, you know, we're behind this. The colour orange guys, symbolically speaking, if you see the orange are tied to an event, then it's us, we did that, you know. It's one way of doing it. So maybe that's a very loose connection there, but I don't know about that, you know. And on a side note, you know, to come to my theory, Carrot Top is a very freaky looking individual, and if you want to talk about the Nephilim looking like clowns, maybe there's some loose connection there, but I would not like to dive too much deeper into that, because that is just a realm of crazy speculation that most people wouldn't consider as a reality, but still interesting to quickly mention that the orange connection just randomly thrown in here, you know. I had one other person who's on my Telegram go down a real different tangent with this. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me mentioning it, but he basically has gone down the route of this otherwise ordinary, normal looking woman with blonde hair, slightly tanned, nothing outrageous about her clothes, relatively attractive, just an ordinary American woman, you know, is the one that's freaking out symbolically and being shown to be crazy and unhinged, and he was trying to say, you see more representations of normal people acting like this now on the media, yet the true crazies, who are the blue herd, insane, multicolored collective people, they're trying to see, you know, the ugly ones are trying to be seen as the norm and calm and relaxed, and the ones who point out these crazy ladies, you know. And he's trying to go down that idea of division, you know. They're trying to say, you know, normal people are being shown as crazy now, and the crazy people are being shown as the normal people on the media, which is quite an interesting way of perceiving all of this, you know. Because if you come from our perspective, like the truther perspective, the conspiracy theorist perspective, what she's talking about is not out of the realm of possibility for us, because we know these things do actually exist. You know, they are either remnants of Nephilim bloodlines that have continued down through the generations to today's age, who do have the ability from their divine nature inherited from their angelic parents at source to shapeshift and manipulate light and have powers essentially to mess with our perceptions, including like things like hypnotism and just perception control. It's hinted everywhere in mainstream media, you know, it has been for decades in films, that we can't see what they truly look like. Think of like They Live as a good example. You know, you put on the glasses, you see these reptilian, weird, humanoid creatures living among everybody, you know. That hint has been there forever, that these things are in the shadows, controlling things from behind the scenes. You know, they live among us, that kind of symbolic phrase. And, you know, I'm inclined to believe that's all real, simply from my own research and the things I discuss on my channel. And when you see these events happen, it seems like all these events seem to serve is this idea that if you do believe these type of things, then you're insane, and if you bring it up, we will publicly shame you, which is what's happened to this lady, if it's true. She has been made a worldwide mockery. That's what she's been made now. Everybody knows about her, and she can probably not show her face in public. There's claims that, you know, like I said, she's gone missing, you know, And I don't know if there's any weight behind that, but it's highly likely she's either highly suicidal right now at the thought that everyone in the world is looking for her, so she's probably in hiding, insanely embarrassed because of the gaslight that's gone onto her, and shameful over the situation, even though she might be right, you know. Nobody believes her, so it's kind of, well, it's not, some people believe her, you know, it's half and half. But like I said, she might not have wanted all this attention. She might not have been doing it for attention, and the attention is overwhelming, you know. So I'm not surprised that she's hidden and isn't showing her face. I don't know. This whole thing is just bizarre. Like I said, if the mainstream media is rolling with it, there's a reason. That's all we need to really take from that. It seemed like on the surface, it seems real to me. It seems like a woman was genuinely distraught at witnessing something horrific. It's possible she did actually see an apparition of something. Maybe it wasn't the guy shape-shifting, but maybe in some weird state or form, she actually managed to see through the veil and see the demons within an individual. Who that individual might not even know they have them, but it may have manifested, you know, into her vision, into her ability to see for a split second, and she freaked out. Who knows? Who really knows? No one. I wasn't there, you know, and no one seems to have got a decent image of the individual in question. We don't know who the actual person was. There's plenty of people claiming to be them, and all this confusion in the situation only just fuels more and more speculation and division, and people arguing about what's right and what's wrong. And obviously this brings out the people like myself who say we believe these type of things, and I think that is this event serves that purpose of making people say, well, I believe it's real, and then those who can say, how can you believe it's real, you're an idiot, you know, and separating families and friends all over the place because of it. I think the media's job is mainly to serve division in the world, and this is certainly a divisive topic, no doubt. So I guess that's all I can really say about this topic, but I thought I'd just give in my 2 cents on the matter. I think it was just a bizarre event, isn't it? It's just a bizarre event. So, you know, take it all with a pinch of salt. Form your own opinions on it for sure, but just be aware that the mainstream media did pick up on it, and it's either, I'm not saying it's all false and it's a hoax because of that, but they certainly have probably intended to use it to their advantage in some way, whether that's simply just to discredit people who believe in this type of thing, or just to cause more division and arguments between those who believe and those who don't, or maybe it's some kind of bizarre revelation of the method, and we're actually going to start to begin to see more of these things reveal themselves to people, and this is just the first snippet of it. And this idea that her reaction was unreasonable could be the first predictive programming method to make people not react so crazy when they start to see these entities come through as the veil gets thinner. And maybe this is more people like, well, I'll be calm in that situation. You know, it's kind of accepting their existence as they reveal themselves to be what they are. It could be something like that. I'm just rolling with speculation here. I honestly don't know. But I won't be surprised when they turn up, and I certainly already know their agenda. So, yeah, we're at war at the end of the day. It's a spiritual war. And I think we're just seeing manifestations of it coming to fruition as the days of Noah once more come to be. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go get a coffee and do some work. So thanks for listening, and as always, God bless.